Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason from Straight Edge Knives, and I got another video for you today. And if you don't know what this black box is yet, you haven't seen some of my other videos, and you should go back and watch those. But if you haven't yet, I'll forgive you. We'll let it pass this time. But today we got a video on another Tkell knife. Okay, and guys, look at I got my Tkell hoodie on here. These just came out on his website a couple of weeks ago. I got mine in. Very nice, soft, lightweight. It's not like a heavy duty hoodie, but it's kind of lightweight, so it's good for the fall weather. It's kind of overcast and rainy a little bit here today. Excuse me. But very nice hoodie. It's got some stuff on the back here too. Let me see if I can turn around so I can show it to you. Kind of see that. But if you do order one of these hoodies from Tkell, make sure you do order a size up because they do run a little small. Typically, I can get away with the 2X. I bought a 3X in this because Tim's wife, or camera wife, as she's affectionately known, said, you know, they do run a little small, order size up. So I got a 3X. It fits pretty good, really good in the arms, a little bit snug right here. But hopefully it doesn't shrink too much when I wash it. So just be aware, if you order one, order a size up. So my pull pump just shut off. Anyway, enough about the hoodie. We want to see a knife, right? So what we have here today is the biggest knife in the Tkell lineup as of today. And let's crack this puppy open. Of course, you always get the nice, cool Tkell box, right? Bam. Knife. There was a sticker in the box. So it has larger stickers. I left that in the house. And I also got, I actually became a Patreon member for Tkell knives. And because of that, I got this really cool challenge coin that says Tkell member. Really slick. And then on the back, because Tim Kell was a United States Marine. He has the United States Marine logo here. It says United States Marine Corps, proud veteran-owned business. So that's a really cool challenge coin. And thank you, Tim, for sending that. I appreciate it. But let's get into the knife, right? So here it is, guys. This is the Sapper. Okay, this is the largest knife in the Tkell lineup. It has a really nice Kydex sheath. It has this really cool locking mechanism here. So essentially, when it was designed, one of the things they wanted was, you know, if you had to parachute out in the military or something, you kind of slide this little lock nut up, tighten it down. Now the knife ain't going to come out. You know what I mean? You could jump out of the plane with it like this. You're not having to worry about the knife disappearing and landing on something down below, you know. But in the event of a real emergency, you really had to pull it out, you can. But it's going to take an effort, right? So that's a really cool feature. And this locking mechanism is also on the Tkell Mercenary as well. So if you watch that video, you'll know about the locking system there. But I have it kind of turned off right now. Comes in and out nicely. But let's show you comes with really nice doubled up vertical clips with spring still. I think these. So they definitely go on your belt lock on, molly, whatever. Or you could take these off. All these holes are spaced nicely where you could do tech lock, whatever sort of mounting system that you like to use. But enough about that. Let's look at this big beefy blade. Look at this nice recurved blade. So I'm going to get right into the testing here, guys, because that's what we want to see. We want to see this blade getting used. And at the end of the video, I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to give you the up close look at it, go over the specs. And I also have a few other blades that we can do some size comparison. But first up, I'm going to have to hit the pause button here for a minute, do a little setup, because what you're about to see next is, I think, going to be pretty cool. So stand by, wait to see what I come up with or do, or whatever. Stand by. Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, we're out here for the first test with the Sapper, which I was just showing you a minute ago. Man, this thing is awesome. It does feel really good in the hand. But what I wanted to show first in my testing is kind of a version of a pork loin man, if you will. Now what we have here, guys, if you could see that, this is literally all fat and skin from a cow. So a local butcher friend of mine hooked me up. This is stuff that they just throw away because they can't use it for anything. But this is skin. And you can see I have it wrapped around, 3 times there? I mean, it was a piece about that long. I wrapped it around there. I got a zip tie kind of holding on. So this is fat and skin. And fat is denser and thicker than meat typically. So we're going to do a nice little, I'm not even going to swing hard. I'm just going to give it a little whack, okay? So let's see what it can do. Get right here on camera. Let's go. Oh, did you hear that thunk? That was this, I think, going all the way to the wood. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. That did go all the way down to the wood. Let's do this again. We'll do it right here on this side. Ready? Yep. Oh, yeah. Definitely down all the... Oh, shit. I think I was out of camera on that one. So I'm choking back a little bit, which with this little hook makes it nice, but look at that. Man. Flip this around. Do a little slicey dicey right here. Look at that. There went a chunk. Just the tip there. Look at that. Slices. Sorry, this meat's kind of sliding off here. Look at that. Damn, I think I did all those cuts off the camera. Look at that. Cutting right down to the wood. Look, you can even see where it bit into the wood. Man, guys, this thing is the slicer dicer, baby. Look at that. Look at it. I'm gonna have to go pick all that up or have rotten meat out here. Dang. Look at that, guys. This sucker cut right through that like nothing. I mean, that's, like I said, cow skin and fat. That's all that was, like thick fat, cow skin. And it, no problem, cut right through it. Let me stand by. Let me check on something. I might have a little bit more to cut up. Okay, guys, sorry for the quick pause. I actually had to go back and check the video to make sure like a bunch of those hits weren't off camera, and I was like, I'm gonna have to redo this. But you know, they're all on there. But so something else I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the zip tie real quick. Slide this under here and pop that zip tie off. I also put a glove on, but look, I mean, again, you can see the thickness of this, you know, and then what I want to do is kind of hard to hold this because it is fat, so it's like slick, but look at this. See that? I mean, geez Louise, come in here and do a little, well, it's kind of hard to hold it and hold it up and do that and be safe about it, but you know, come in here. Better be careful. I'm going to end up cutting myself. I don't, because this is kind of so floppy, it's kind of weird, like to hang it up somewhere and you know, to be able to get those safe cuts. So I'm not going to do it anymore because I realized I did probably come pretty close to hitting my arm there, and we don't want that because this, we've seen what it does to this, what's it going to do to my arm, you know. But I wanted to show you guys too the stick here when I was hitting it. I mean, get up in close here, you can see right there where it had came all the way down and bit into the wood in these spots when I was doing the hit. Here's the other side. I mean, look how deep that one went in right there. That was through the meat and into this wood. You can see how deep that went into this. It was this inch and a half round dowel. So we definitely know that the Sapper can handle its weight when it comes to animal-like substances, if you will. Wink, wink, as Mr. Tkell likes to say. But yeah, definitely, dude, being able to choke back, lock your finger in right here and choke back, gives that a little extra whip. Man, that's nice. But you can also get a full chop with a full grip as well. And your pinky's locked in behind her, so it ain't going to go anywhere. But I'm going to get this greasy fat cleaned off of here, get some of this stuff thrown away, and then we're going to continue on with the rest of the video. Stay tuned. Whew. All right, guys, I'm back. I put my hoodie back on. We're back over here in the corner of the yard where I like to do these videos. Well, actually, I switched from my other spot, but I don't know. You guys like this background a little better than the other background? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Not that it really matters. But you know what, man? That cutting up that beef fat and skin, I mean, that was pretty impressive to me. I mean, I took the blade in. I washed it off with this nickel boron coating. Everything came right off, no problem. I mean, the blade's still sharp as hell. And man, it bit into that 1.5 inch, 2 inch round dowel. It bit into that, through that fat, through that skin. That's pretty impressive, guys. I mean, and I wasn't even necessarily doing a hard chop on that. But one of the aspects of this knife is it's beefier than the other knives in the Tkell lineup. As a matter of fact, I will kind of just go over the specs real quick. So you kind of, when I'm referencing some of these things, you guys will have an idea what I'm talking about. This was designed in collaboration, Mr. Tkell, and now please forgive me if I butcher this, sir. I'm going to try my best not to butcher this name. Amiri Morgenstern. Okay. Morgenstern. Okay. If I screw that up, sir, I apologize. No offense. It's a little bit of a different name for me to say. Amiri Morgenstern of Prime Combat Training and Tactical Rifleman. And he was an IDF operator, according to the description I read in the website, which is Special Forces for another country. I can't remember exactly what. I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not going to say. But essentially, from what I understand, he was into clearing mines, demolition, stuff like that. And there's some design aspects built into this blade for like searching for mines and stuff. And so as we're going to go through, I'll kind of talk about that. But you have a 12-inch overall blade with a 6-inch cutting edge. It's a 1.5-inch wide at its widest point. You have a 5.5-inch grip with a nice little finger choil right up here, and with a hook here on the bottom for your pinky to help secure it in your hand. It's 3/16 inch thick. 3/16 inch thick. I can't talk today, guys. It's got a 60 Rockwell hardness. It was cryogenically heat treated. It's AEBL still, so it has a super high corrosion resistance. And then throw in that nickel boron coating on top of that. Yeah, I think you could probably leave this in a lake for a couple of weeks and not worry about it rusting. I could be wrong, but I don't think I think you'll be fine. It does have a really cool, like, this etched line that comes all the way up. And when you see the up close of it, you'll be able to probably see it right there. Now, there's a reason for that. So some people say, well, that looks weird, but there's a reason behind that, and I'll get to that. Actually, I'll tell you right now, the etched line is actually there to help you visualize where you're probing underground if you're searching for mines and explosives and things like that. So, again, I'm no professional here, guys. So I may screw some of this up. But some of you guys have looked for mines in real life, please comment below. But from what I understand, part of the blade pommel design here was designed for you to hook your finger right here, put this in the palm of your hand, like so. I guess from what I understand was when you're probing for mine, obviously you're going underground, right? This etched line is supposed to be a visual representation of the tip all the way through to your hand. I know obviously you don't want to be just jamming the knife in the ground and set a mine off, right? You got to go nice and gently and slow, but you need to know where that tip is. So, you go, dink, oh, I found the mine, right? Be careful, whatever. But that tip to palm, it'll help give you that feel. So like if obviously if it's underground, you might not hear a metal clink or anything, but you'll feel that come all the way through to your palm of your hand. That's what I've kind of watching some stuff on YouTube figured out. I could be a little bit wrong on that. If Mr. Tim, if I am, please, in the comments, correct me. I'm not afraid of being corrected. Please do so. But that's kind of what I understood that etched line is for. And part of the reason why this pommel is designed the way it is so you can lock the thing in your hand like so, or like this, and you're able to tell where your tip is and feel if you hit something underground. So, long-winded. I know I told you to just get into the testing, but man, there's so many cool features built into this blade. It's, you got to talk about it. So, but man, this thing it's nice and thick. It's got its nice recurve. It's sharp as hell. The tip is with a swedge. It's got a reinforced tip, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. You can come in and stab stuff, pry it out. Yeah, this thing sinks deep. Come in here, look at this tip. No damage. It's still sharp as hell. So let's jump right into it then. So here's my catalog, one of my catalogs. This one's actually a thicker catalog than what I usually use. Look how thick that sucker is, man. That's probably every bit of that's probably 1.5 inches thick, maybe even 2 inches thick. Come in here and stab through. I mean, just the tip is just right there. So it almost all the way through. Let's try one more time. Yep, got the tip. Yeah, man, it's just right there. So it stabbing through. Let's check out some of the sharpness on here. So I like to I haven't done this in a while, but come in here in this corner, do a press cut, you can make it rain. Oh yeah, look at that. Make it rain, baby, make it rain. So we know it can stab. Look at that tip. I mean, how could it not stab? Got an old leather belt here, so let's see if we can do a little slice through here. A little push cut slice. Yep, slice that, no problem. Obviously, I don't really expect this knife to have a problem doing any of that type of stuff. But if you had to go in and cut a belt, seat belt, something like that, you know, get that recurve in there, bam, right there. I think I almost thought it didn't cut through it for a second because it was still kind of right there, but it's cut right through that. You know, that recurve kind of just whoosh, kind of helps slice through there. But if you had to come in and allergies are really messing with me, guys, so please forgive me if I'm coughing on camera. But you come in here, stab down, do a pull, a drag through, if you will. Cut through that, no problem. Fun one, like I said, I always like doing a cut of this rope, you know, even though I hate this stuff. But I do it for you guys, because you guys want to see, you know, some sharpness, and bam, cut through that, no problem. Cut a chunk off, and I'm going to cut this again for you guys. Come in here, you got to cut that rope. You know, your crab bucket stuck. Had to cut the fishing line, whatever. Cut through that, no problem. You know, the extension cord. You know, I like doing this, but let's see. Right there, cut through that extension cord. Clean cut, no problem. You had to come in here, do a little bit of chop these up into little pieces for whatever reason. You can do that. So you can utilize the full grip here and kind of come in, do the chop. It went flying that way. Or one of the things I really like about this handle is this little hook back here. Now, I wear XL mechanics gloves, if you haven't seen my videos before. This, I swear, it felt, I know everybody probably says this, but I feel like this was made for my hand, because look at my finger to my pinky fits perfectly between those two spots. I'm not pressed up in there deep. I'm not pressed. It's right. It's just right there. It feels really good. So, I mean, I can easily just pop my finger up here. Gives me a little extra space right there. Or I could choke back, kind of hook this little hook right here between my ring finger and my pinky. I can choke back on it. I could probably even get away with going in between my middle finger and my ring finger here if I really need it. I would probably go with a lanyard at that point, just because you are now almost just 3-finger gripping it. So if you had to do some really hard chopping, you might want to have a lanyard on just to be safe. But if you kind of come down here, just to give you that little bit of extra between your pinky, you still got a full 3-finger and your thumb on here, and you can come in here and just, you know, chop away. You know, I got to make sure I find all those. They went everywhere, but I mean, chopping through this, no problem. And like I said, that with that choke back, bam, you can do some good chopping. That was one of the design aspects of this too. Was this is designed to be a, you know, not only for, you know, problem for mines and things like that, but all around field survival bush warrior knife. You know, I mean, this blade's got enough thickness, heft to its size that it's going to be able to pretty much do a lot of the stuff you needed to do. You know, you got to come in here and cut some pants off. You know, got a little drunk, you know, out on the town and had an accident and you had to cut your pants off. I know that sounds weird, but it's just funny. But yeah, easily come in, cut jean material, no problem. This also, but being the thickness of this, it can do some chopping and batoning, and let's show that off. So we got the little wood dowel right here. So, you know, you can come in here and, you know, start down here at the bottom if you like, or even up at top. But I like, with the recurves, I like to come in and just come in here and shave off, you know, little bits, making, you know, for making your fire. You had to make a tent stake, you know, or if you had to make a tent stake, you can come in here, kind of like I said, choke back a little bit, do some fine little chops. No problem, you know, utilizing that front part of that belly. Or if you had to come in here and let's say you had to cut this off to make it, you know, make a clean cut or whatever through it, kind of baton through it. You could set the blade right here, you know, utilizing that larger part of the blade, and then just bam, split it right there. Now the other half of that stick went flying over there, but you can see the nice clean cut. So if this was your little feather stick right here, you could easily, you know, break that off and use it. But let's see, choke up here a little bit. Had to make a feather stick with this grind. It's got a nice, I don't want, is it a saber grind? I believe it's a saber grind. I could be wrong again. That's actually not really listed, I don't think, on the description. So I could be wrong on that. But it's nice. You can come in here and make a nice little, you know, feather stick if you need to. But if you needed to do some heavier batoning action, like this seasoned piece of almond wood here, you know, you're stuck out in the bush, you need to break down some wood for a fire. You can see that on the camera there. It's got enough length on it with that blade that, you know, you can easily, you're going to have enough to baton through, but also have enough to hit up here. So let's get to it. I'm going to have to stand up for this, guys. So yeah, I got my camo shorts on. They're comfortable. It's all right. So, coming down here. Got enough handle to hold on to. You got enough blade tip to hit. I'm also hitting on that swedge, but it's not taking any damage to that swedge that I could see. And get down here to some knots. Bam, there you go. So you can see, split that wood, no problem. This is seasoned almond wood. This stuff's hard, guys. I mean, it's usually not an easy wood to baton through sometimes, and that's why I like using it, because I mean, you may not always have nice soft wood to hit, you know. Break this little piece down a little bit more just to again show off that it's totally capable of batoning. Yeah, no problem. Let's take a look at this. No damage to the tip, the spine. The edge looks perfectly fine, no issues. Check that out. Awesome. So, I mean, this blade's tough as shit, guys. You're going to be able to do whatever you need to do with it. Let's see a little bit of that chopping action, right? So, we got this piece of, this is a sequoia lemon tree thing I cut down, but I'm going to choke back and we're going to do a little bit of snapping with it just to see, you know, how it chops. I can tell you guys, it bites pretty deep. No problem. So if you had to get out there and whack away at a limb to get it off so you can make a fire or use it to build a shelter, you absolutely can do it. It might take a little bit longer than it would if you had like a larger machete or hatchet or axe, obviously, but is it capable of doing it? Yes. And we are going to get through this. It's got just enough. It's not a super heavy blade, but it's got enough weight that, you know, doing those little cuts, it's going to come in and help, you know, that little extra weight will help it. But it's not an overly, I would say, an overly heavy blade. Keep hitting in this one spot, it keeps getting stuck on me. Biting deep in there, see? Nice. Now, I've been chopping on this for a couple of minutes here, or a minute or so, and so far, done a lot of hits on it, but I don't really feel any hot spots right here between my ring finger and my pinky, because like I said, I'm choking back on this. I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape, guys. But look at that. I mean, it's, yeah, you could come in here, do your chops, put the work in. You can get through it if you need to. There you go. Bam. So you had to do some chopping with it, you can. And like I said, feather sticks you could do, so you can do all that cool shit with it. So guys, this is overall, it's kind of a do-it-all larger blade. And I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to flip the camera angle around so you guys get a nice up-close view of this. And then I'll bring in the other blades for some size comparison, and we'll wrap this up. Stand by. All right, guys, we're back. Like I said, this is the largest blade in the Tkell lineup, and I gave you the specs earlier. Here's a closer look at the sheath. Again, here's that locking mechanism. Nice spring steel clips. These are easily removable. You can, again, add tech lock, molly, whatever it is you need to do for that. Slide the sheath in here, slide the knife in the sheath here. Nice lockup. There's no rattle. Very nice. Got this nice little thumb ramp right here. You can just pop the blade out. No problem. But there's that etched line I was talking about. And here's Tkell's logo, and I believe that's Amari's logo. This is AEBL still. Nice look at the spine there. It utilizes the lashing, the proprietary lashing screws, so you could easily take these handles off and clean underneath them if you had some foreign matter under there that you needed to get rid of. Got that nice choil, finger choil. Come in here, choke up on it, do finer work. Again, fits my hand nicely, like so. Reverse grip. Easily rest your thumb over the top. With this finger guard, you're not going to have to worry about sliding up. Very cool blade, man. I like this thing a lot. And even though Tim's like, oh, this is the biggest blade in my life, like for me, this isn't. I mean, it's a big blade. Don't get me wrong, but it's. I would everyday carry this because I've got some blades that are this big, if not bigger, that I've everyday carried. The second largest knife in the Tkell lineup would be the Mercenary. So if you can see there, getting a little bit wider blade, a little bit longer. I believe the thickness here is a little bit thinner on the Mercenary, but that's the Mercenary. That's a beautiful knife. If you haven't seen my video on that bad boy, go check that out. Another blade that we can compare it to would be like the Tex Creek XL. If you put these up next to each other, you're getting relatively almost. I mean, the Sapper is just maybe an inch longer, half-inch longer on the blade. Almost the same blade width, 1.5 inches. I mean, you can see there, kind of laying them on top of each other. You're getting roughly, I would say they're almost roughly the same thickness as well. I would say this looks a little thinner, but I think that's due to the handle scales being thinner than the Tex Creek XL. So pairs up pretty nicely to the Tex Creek XL. Let's look at the Longhorn Bowie from tops here. So the Longhorn Bowie, you're definitely getting a little bit longer blade. But again, if you put them on top of each other, you're getting similar width of blade width, that 1.5 inches. Both of these have a recurve to them as well. So you can see that kind of lining up. The Sapper on top here. So you can see that. Thickness wise, again, I would say they're relatively the same thickness. Again, the Sapper just maybe looks skinnier because of the handle scales. So, I mean, pretty damn comparable to the Longhorn Bowie. And last but not least, let's compare it to the Operator 7. So, again, both of these I would say are definitely combat knives. It looks like you're getting just a hair longer blade with the OP7. You're definitely getting, they both have, again, a recurved blade, finger choils, guards, but you are definitely getting a thicker blade stock with the Operator 7. So, and thicker handle scales. So, so I guess it's just all a matter of what you need the knife for. But guys, I mean, it's funny, as I carry the Longhorn Bowie, the Operator 7, and the Tex Creek XL. I've carried them on a daily basis, and I had no issues doing it, so I have no issue of carrying this big boy around either. And I'm going to be carrying it around. I actually really like these thinner grips. The handle right through here feels a little wider, so it definitely fills the hand up nicely. You definitely have a real solid positive grip on it. Finger choil, this hook locking in, you know, the capability of choking back and chopping, getting up close to do fine work. I mean, this is going to be a really good all-around blade for just about anything you need it for. So I would definitely recommend picking one of these up. Tkell Sapper. I'm going to leave a link down below you can utilize to search Tkell's store. It'll also help my channel out in the process. You can order this knife, try to order this knife. I think these might be sold out. You might have to email Tim to see if anybody canceled. But you can definitely get on there and start checking out his knives, getting on the pre-orders. Definitely worth getting these blades. Now, it's funny, guys. I'll note one thing about this nickel boron coating. So you see these little brown spots right here, all this stuff right here. That's from me batoning through that almond log. Every time I baton through almond wood, it leaves those type of marks. And I'm telling you, with this nickel boron coating, I can go inside with some Dawn dish soap and a wash rag. I can wipe all that off, no problem. So that nickel boron coating is really cool. It's really slick. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Tim, Amari, great job designing this knife. It's badass. I like it a lot. I'm going to be carrying this thing and using it. You guys have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, and share if you haven't. Go find me on Instagram. Follow me on there. I'll be posting pictures and other stuff on there. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Stay sharp. We'll see you next time.